Morning traders, just going to have a quick look into the Euro US, do it a little bit more in depth. This is the 4 hourly chart, which I use as my primary chart. We said that we did go into quite a sustained run during last week. Um, it did come up and hit that pink line, which corresponded with my nice red line here, my 26 period, and then we've had that huge spike up. We've hit into the cloud. Um, that black line, it's just meaning old lows. We'll get rid of old highs. It was corresponding to over here. Um, Not useful. We've now come up into this period. It did manage to punch up through the cloud. I'm always wary when we've got the moving averages below the cloud, price above the cloud. The lag lines now come back up above the cloud. This point here at the top of the cloud, the old point, the highest, so from this bull run in here, that was the highest point. It's representing the midpoint of this area here. So we're hitting resistance. It's not a double top. Double tops would mean right up in here. It's come in and found the midpoint of this area and found resistance. I've been now looking for price to come back down here and test the middle of, or the top of this cloud. And by that stage, we see that the pink line's just starting to move, and it will come, I would imagine, into, once it drops off this long candle here, it will be using this low and this high, so that will bring the pink line up into this area, which will actually give me some bull bias on this chart. And I guess I'll be looking for longs in this 125.9, so 126, which has been a real support and resistance area, that 126 area. Now my pink lines came down, acted as support, acted as resistance, and then it punched straight up through, back up to this pink line, and now I guess I'm looking to see whether it's going to act as support. Let's see if those pink lines are still valid. Now, I was using the pink lines as this one as the midpoint of this range, and the other one the midpoint of there to there, and we can see that the faster moving line, my pink one, the 9 period, has stayed above the red line. If I move that, you'll see that there's a flat red underneath, um, and it's operating as the midpoint of the whole range from there to there. So we have broken back above. It's giving it some bullish bias on it, but we still have price below the candle, below the cloud. The lag line still below. It's a mixed signals at the moment. The faster moving average over the slower one. It's a weak bull signal. We're still in a bear trading trending chart, and this might prove to end up being one great big um, bear flag, and this could be just considered a bit of a back test of breaking this trend line. We're on a daily chart here. It will be interesting to see how price operates in here. I won't be looking for a great deal of support here. This is going to be the main line that it needs to attract. Once this pink line breaks into the cloud, this is a daily, so give it a couple of days and we'll see whether price can be sitting in here. As I say, I'm neutral on this at the moment. That 4 hourly chart's giving mixed signals, so I'll wait till it has a nicer setup. Now we've moved into the weekly. I've got my green lines sitting on these flat periods. So we've got the 128.9, so almost 129 as the major 50% level. It's from there to right up in here. And we've also got this one in here, which has also gone flat. We haven't been able to reach it in the past. So that 127.8 area. So we've got two areas of strong resistance above, and I'll be watching for how it supports that. So currently we've got a couple of pink lines underneath, a couple of green lines above, and we're watching to see how it reacts. Otherwise, we have a bear cloud. We have the red, then the pink. We've got price underneath. We've got the lag line underneath. On a weekly basis, it's bear trending. Coming into the monthly chart, we see that there's a very strong midpoint running through here at that 138 level roughly, which is operating as the midpoint of the high, the 160, the low, the 120 roughly, giving you the 140. Now, price action has been underneath. We have a bear flag. We have the pink line underneath the red line. I've got this golden sort of colour sitting here on this flat red line. Now it's giving me the midpoint from down here, which is the low back in June 2010, that 117 area, and that 148, 150 area. So the midpoint 133, 134 sort of area. And we've now had a cross come, this is a cross back through. It's actually a strong move. So as this comes down, it's going to, this is 9 periods, so it's going to continue dropping off candles, and as we see, it'll come down into this area. Now if I come back into a 4-hourly chart, we see that, as I say, I've got mixed signals. I've got price above the cloud, the average, moving averages below the cloud. So we've got a neutral area. I'll be waiting for this pink line to come up and join up in this 126 area, and we'll see how it goes. Now, just to show the momentum, and if you want to trade onto smaller time frames, if we had moved into a 1-hour chart, we see that that first spike up, it drove everything above the cloud. It didn't do any pullbacks, so it was at this point that you'd have to start making decisions, that the prices above the cloud, the averages that move, the two moving lines are above the cloud, the lag line got above, and all you can do is trust it and keep a stop moving up underneath this red line. And as we can see, there was a lot of momentum there. I'm mostly trading off the 4-hourly chart, so I had one nibble in here. I got knocked out through here, and I'll leave it alone until I get a better direction. Thank you.